What's up, everyone? Welcome to the iPhone event 2019. We have the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro, and the Pro Max. We have some updates to the watch and all the things. We got some service updates as well, like Arcade and Apple TV. So let's just get into it. Did I say hi? My name's Saradietschy, rhymes with Peachy, and welcome to my channel.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
These are the new iPhone 11. So this is basically the next iteration of the iPhone XR, which I love the XR. This has been my personal phone, but they unfortunately got rid of the coral. Oh, so sad, but also these look pretty nice. So there's the same display resolution as the XR from last year. It has the A12 Bionic chip, and it also supports Wi-Fi 6, so faster for those downloading, streaming, whatever you guys do on your iPhones. So how do you all feel about the new purple and green? So this is the iPhone 11. Aesthetic changes, all of the new phones will have this sizable camera bump, and then we see the Apple logo is centered, and they actually got rid of the iPhone text on the phone. I'm so glad because we have two cameras instead of one on this iPhone 11. We have an ultra wide and a wide. The wide is an f1.8, and then the ultra wide is f2.4, and I'm so glad they went with two wides. I was kind of nervous they were going to do a wide and a telephoto. I mean, what do you guys think? But I love that ultra wide look. Yes. We have a new selfie camera, so we're going to be working with 12 megapixel selfie camera. So basically when you open it here, oh hey, what's up, I'm gonna take a selfie. If you tap it, oh look, it gets a little wider. And then if you have it in that first mode and you turn it to landscape, it's gonna go ahead and use that full 12 megapixel sensor. It's nice and wide. The additional phone features, we now have a night mode. Of course, we have portrait mode. Depending on what mode you're in, it'll use the wide or the ultra wide. So it's still doing that computational photography to do the portrait mode. Of course, if you have the 3-lens camera system that we're going to talk in a minute on the new iPhone Pros, it will still use the telephoto and the wide to do that portrait mode picture. We can now shoot 4K at 60 frames per second with the extended dynamic range. And also we have optical image stabilization on the wide angle camera, but then there's also going to be some version of image stabilization for the ultra wide. It's just not optically stabilized. There's also some quirky new features called Quick Take, where hey, you're taking a picture but you just want to grab a quick clip. Well, you hold your finger down and oh look, it's recording secured and it saves, and then you continue taking your pictures. So lovely. Okay, and the moment we've all been waiting for, guys, we can shoot 4K 60 frames per second with the selfie cam. So I think they tried to create a new word. I think it was slow motion selfies. So this will be all the rage on the gram. Let's try it. Cute. I went with the XR over the XS Max last year because I got that extra juice. But hey, now we get an additional hour of battery life compared to the XR, and we're gonna get much more battery with the iPhone Pro. So speaking of that, these are the iPhone 11 Pro and the Pro Max. So they have the A13 Bionic chip, which Apple claims is its fastest CPU and GPU of all time. So we have a 20% increase of performance across the board, and then better efficiencies to save battery life. So it's stainless steel around the edges, and there's a new matte finish on the back, which actually feels really, really nice to the touch. So this is the new color, Midnight Green. It also comes in silver, gold, and that matte black. Ooh. Marquez, are you finally the matte black?
Finally, a matte iPhone.
This is your iPhone.
It might scratch a little. That's okay. That's okay.
Have fun.
Yeah.
So we do have an OLED display. They are calling it the Super Retina XDR display. It's the sharpest and brightest that we've seen at max 1200 nits of brightness. The two sizes are 5.8 inches and 6.5. And remember that iPhone 11 falls right in between the two Pros. It starts shipping September 20th and pre-order starts this Friday. So we'll have the 18-watt fast charger in the box with these phones, which is fantastic. And the biggest difference, look, we got 3 cameras on this beautiful camera bump. So it's gonna feature the same ultra wide wide and wide from the iPhone 11, but the biggest difference is this has a f2 telephoto lens. So there's a lot of possibilities with these 3 lenses. You kind of have everything you need with the total of 4 cameras, including the selfie camera. A really cool app that I use a ton that they showed from the stage is Filmic Pro. So this is actually going to enable you to, hey, let's do an interview. It's going to record my subject and also me as I interview said subject. So I'll be able to basically do a multicam sequence if I want, but also to record 2 angles at one time to where, hey, this phone is the audience. I'm putting y'all right in between. Those are the iPhones. Now let's talk about what we're not seeing in this next iteration of iPhones. It's still the Lightning connector. Probably gonna have to wait until 2020 for that USB-C. There's also no reverse wireless charging. So we've seen on phones where you could put on, maybe your AirPods on the back of the phone and let your AirPods charge. So we didn't see that. And then finally, there's no real difference in the form factor. Of course, we have the bigger bump for the cameras. We have the matte finishes on the Pro models, but there's no big difference. There's still the notch. All of those things, I think we're gonna have to wait until 2020 to see. The biggest part for me is the battery life. I chose the 10R last year because I got an extra hour of battery life. So now the Pro models are going to have 4 to 5 extra hours of battery life, which is like, yay, finally, secured, amazing. Okay, so now it's time to talk about one new iPad. So we didn't get a refresh in the Pro model, but let's go over here, check out the iPad. And it was so funny because from the stage, they showed off Safari desktop quality on the iPad by being like, hey, you can edit your Squarespace website. So I literally shot a text to my Squarespace homie and I was like, hey, you wanna sponsor this video? So thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video. If you ever need a Squarespace site or a URL, use my code, go to squarespace.com/saradietschy to get 10% off your first purchase. Okay, iPads. It's the new 7th gen iPad coming in at $329. It has a 10.2-inch Retina display, still a pretty heavy bezel, but now it has the smart connector to connect the keyboard, and it also offers Apple Pencil support. The biggest sell for this iPad at the $329 price point is the new iPadOS. Once you get all the fancy swiping and motions going and the desktop-like browsing for Safari, you're just gonna have a great time. This is very powerful with the A10. And the new iPadOS, it'll just take your iPad to the next level. Let's talk about the Apple Watch Series 5. Now, they introed this segment with a very heartfelt video, and it was basically talking about how the Apple Watch has literally saved people's lives through ECG readings, heart rate, and also automatic fall detection, where it will automatically call emergency services. So it was, did you tear up? Did you tear up a little bit? The Series 5 Apple Watches start at $399 and $499 for cellular. The Apple Watch now includes a compass, and there's a pretty cool watch face where you can see what direction you're looking at as a complication. The biggest new feature of the Apple Watch Series 5 is the always-on display. So I'm playing around with apps, telling the time, but when I put it down like that, it won't go completely black, but it will be basically just a darker version of it, and it's always on. Imagine you're working out or you're carrying a lot of stuff, you will always have the time, you'll have how many miles you've run, all the thing just always on your wrist. We have the new finishes, so ceramic is back, it's so clean, but also we have these really beautiful titanium finishes. So we have the normal titanium and also space black. Apple Arcade is Apple's subscription gaming service for your iMac, your iPad, your iPhone, and Apple TV. And guess what? It comes in at $4.99 per month. I thought we were gonna go for $9.99. It makes me happy they went for the $4.99 route, because I think just so many people are gonna get this, have over 100 new and exclusive games to play. They showed some of the new games, like a very advanced Frogger, but also a racing battle game that they described as a playable music video. So the games look really beautiful, and all of this starts September 19th for, again, $4.99 a month. Last and, well, maybe least, we have Apple TV Plus. We got a new preview of Jason Momoa's show titled See. It's basically where humans have lost their ability to see, but oh my gosh, something happens where someone can see again. These shows look pretty great. It's just up to you, the viewer, if having 4 to 5 to 8 to 16 shows will satisfy that monthly subscription. But however, they hit us with a kicker. If you buy an Apple iMac, any Apple device really, you get 1 free year subscription to Apple TV Plus. So I think this is gonna get everyone watching it. And then outside of that, it is $4.99. So I'm really glad they're going with this $4.99 price tag and not $9.99. It probably had a lot to do with Disney Plus coming in at that $4 to $5 to $6 range. We're gonna start seeing some of these shows on November 1st. So it seems like it's right around the corner. Let me know if you're interested in Apple TV Plus, because content, it's everywhere. It's now on all of our Apple devices for free if you buy a new one. Okay, I think I'm done. Thanks for joining me. And that is a wrap here at Steve Jobs Theater. You know, it's so fun to see the people who show up here. One of my favorite bands, Haim, H-A-I-M. Are they my favorite band if I don't even know how to say their name? They were here, Johnny Ive was here, Steve Wozniak was here. It's always so cool to see who shows up, you know? So if you're new around here, hi, I'm Sarah. I make videos about tech and creativity, cameras, video editing, all the things, laptop reviews. So if you like what you saw, let me know. Like that video, hit that subscribe button for new videos every single week. And Squarespace, my love, oh, this is getting weird. I love Squarespace, so thank you for sponsoring this video. Goodbye, Steve Jobs Theater. Listen, if you waited till the end of this video, thank you. Squarespace says thank you, because guess what? Squarespace is the best option if you need to build a website, if you need a beautiful creative portfolio, if you run a restaurant, if you're a photographer, if you're a videographer, want to show off your work. My website is Squarespace. Anyways, they've added a lot of cool features where you can do time scheduling, where you can have a little app on your website that says, hey, I want to book photos at this time, or if you run a hair salon, you can do all that with Squarespace now. On top of that, they have the ultimate customer support 24/7 email or via messaging on their website. I have had some late hours messaging my Squarespace helper person. It's true. They're super helpful, have a ton of creative tools, email marketing, analytics, everything that you need for the ultimate website. So 10% off your first purchase of domain or website. Go to YouTube. Go to squarespace.com/saradietschy to get that 10% off. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video super last minute. Okay, bye.